9 rules women must follow to get ahead.
What could you possibly find fault with that?
Well, first of all, I think it's an interesting piece. It's very well written.
Okay,
it's very thoughtful. You dragged out the usual, 5 or 6 top women CEOs and Sheryl Sandberg, blah 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 blah. But as I read through the points, which all sounded right, work hard, do work that no one else do, I asked myself, there is nothing special. Is there anything special about these 9 rules that you wouldn't apply to anybody, especially a younger person getting started in any company? Do they have any kind of orientation, whether it's a male or female, these rules?
I'm glad you picked up on this, actually, because I think they're universal for anyone. Anyone should follow these rules.
Right.
However, women are more reluctant to. I mean, women are less likely to brag about themselves. They're less likely to put up their hand for visibility and they have studies proving this, myriad studies that you probably know about, right? That men are willing to say, I'd love to take on this position. I think I can do it. I don't have to prove anything yet. Whereas women will say, well, I don't want to apply. I only have 4 out of the 5 criteria. Whereas a guy would say, well, I only have 1, but I'm still going to apply.
So men are more arrogant than women?
It's not arrogance, it's confidence. And
there's a fine line between arrogance and confidence. Trust me, I cross that line every day.
I was about to say, do you consider yourself arrogant?
I just said I cross that line every day. Now listen, let's go through a few of them.
All right, let's talk about them.
Work hard. Okay, I'm not.
That's the baseline.
I can't even address that one, frankly.
All right.
Okay. Here we go. Make your own career. This is one that you just touched on. But isn't that true for everybody? But you say women are less likely to network, to make their own career, to be ambitious.
Right.
Why is that?
Because they're less likely to speak up. They're less likely to. I think visibility is the key word here, right? They think if they do their work, they have their heads down, someone's going to notice. But that's not the way it works.
Right.
Having worked in investment banking,
yes,
you know that it's all about relationships. You know that it's about who you know to bring in the next big deal. Whereas women think, well, it's about the work. And it is, but not really.
Right, it's about relationships. Do you think women have a harder time networking and making relationships and speaking up? Sally Krawcheck a few weeks ago made some comment to the effect of, she used to go to meetings all the time where men had no problem kind of losing their temper and being very, very aggressive. When the one time a woman did it at a meeting, she was like, oh, I can't believe she did that kind of thing.
Everybody was disgusted. And I do think that is a double standard in place. However, there are ways to get around it. If you go to a meeting and you don't want to speak up too fervently because you're afraid people are going to say, well, we can't trust her with a deal. She's a loose cannon. Find ways to get to the important people who are in power. Get to the meeting 5 minutes early. Get to stay out 5 minutes late. Make sure that you're bending your schedule and your life around the people who matter.
Do you think sexism in the 21st century is a major impediment to women, let's call it, in the executive ranks across corporate America right now? I mean, overt sexism.
I think it's a problem that we only have 16% of women on boards.
Right.
I think the numbers sort of speak for themselves. But I'm not going to say that, this is the problem solely of corporate America. I am going to level the blame on the women too, that they're not reaching out there, they're not making, they're not as gunning for it as the men are.
But are they dressing well and playing golf enough? That was another one of your.
Do you have a problem with that one?
Is that 2 separate points or is that just one? I think you had it as one of the 9 rules.
Right.
Can you play golf and dress poorly? I guess you could.
True.
Right?
The 2 are not mutually exclusive.
But you made the point that women, a lot of the successful women, I'm thinking of somebody like Patricia Russo. I happen to know, she's a pretty good golfer.
Do you know this firsthand?
What? No, I never played with her, but she has a relatively good handicap.
What's your handicap?
She was the CEO of Alcatel-Lucent, for example.
Are you a good golfer?
I'm a decent golfer, but it did not help my Wall Street banking career at all.
Why not?
In fact, when I was at Goldman Sachs, I never had time to play golf.
You were too busy making deals?
Yeah, well, no, I was too busy kind of having my head down and working hard. I didn't have time for golf.
Clearly your life didn't work out the way you wanted it to.
Coming back to this broader issue, is it getting better in corporate America? Are women more prevalent in senior roles?
I think the issues of women needing to be more prevalent in senior roles are coming more to the surface.
Right.
But the percentage increase from year over year, we're not having huge gains here. But now I think it's time, and I'm glad why all these women's networking groups are sprouting up, and what they're saying is the onus is on women to ensure that they're responsible for their career, as opposed to corporate America needs to change in order to let more women in. Yes, sure. However, it's up to the woman to make sure she gets ahead.
Final question for you.
Okay.
Do you think if you were the male CEO or male member of a board, Wouldn't it be in your interest in today's day and age to try and have women join you in the corporate boardroom?
Totally.
It's totally in their
and
interest.
not even just to appease the shareholders or look good on camera, right? Or in the brochures. You know how every investment
Right.
bank, when they send
Right,
out their
right.
recruiting brochures, it has
Make sure you got a woman in that portfolio.
right.
Yeah.
But all because women think differently. They bring different. You know, they look through things through different prisms. Like it's good for your bottom line too. So of course, if I were a male CEO,
Okay.
I mean, when I run a company, I will be happy to let you, come to my board one day maybe.
Yeah, you'll let me there?
Maybe.
Will I have to dress well?
You have to dress well, submit an
Will
application.
we play golf?
You got to teach me
Do
how.
a promotion for Fins. Do a promotion for Fins.
What do you want me
Check
to
out.
Check out
Julie-
fins.com for
Yeah.
the Women in Careers packages, Women in the Economy. It's going on now. Fins.com.
www.fins.com.